Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a girl with a fluffy white cat named Luna. They were the best of friends and spent their days exploring the nooks and crannies of their beloved town. One sunny afternoon, as the girl and Luna were strolling through the town square, they noticed something peculiar. The old clock tower, which had been a steadfast part of the townscape for as long as they could remember, had stopped ticking. At first, they didn't think much of it. But as the minutes turned into hours, a strange stillness settled over the town. The birds in the trees stopped singing, and the flowers in the garden ceased blooming. Even Luna's tail, which was usually a blur of white fur, refused to twitch. Concerned by the sudden silence, the girl and Luna decided to investigate. They climbed the winding stairs of the clock tower, their hearts pounding with each step. At the top, they found a tiny door hidden behind a bookshelf. Peeking inside, they saw a small, dimly lit room with cogs and gears strewn across the floor. And in the middle of it all sat a little mechanical mouse. "Hello!" squeaked the mouse. "My name is Tinko. I am the caretaker of this tower, and I haven't moved in 100 years. He explained that the hard gear, which kept time in the tower, had gone missing. Without it, time couldn't move forward, and that's why everything in the town had stopped. The girl and Luna looked at each other. They had to find the hard gear and fix the tower. But where do you start when looking for a lost gear? Tinko led them through a secret passageway behind the fireplace, which opened into a vast network of tunnels. They weaved through the maze-like corridors, avoiding silly traps and climbing gear ladders until they reached a large chamber filled with musical instruments. "The heart gear is in the attic," said Tinko, pointing his tiny paw up a spiral staircase. "But be careful. It's a dusty, dark place filled with broken toys and deactivated automatons." As the girl and Luna made their way through the attic, they saw all sorts of forgotten treasures, each with its own unique story. Finally, they spotted a music box in the corner, its melody echoing through the silent room. As Luna playfully batted at the box, a key came tumbling out. The girl picked it up, turned it over in her hands, and smiled. "This must be the key to the music box, and perhaps the solution to fixing the tower." With Tinko's help, the girl wound up the music box. And as the first notes rang out, the gears of the clock tower began to move again. The hands on the clock face started ticking, then sweeping, then whirring. The clock tower was back in sync with the universe. As the first rays of sunlight peeked through the attic window, the girl, Luna, and Tinko stood together watching the tower come back to life. The birds outside began to sing. The flowers unfurled their petals, and Luna's tail swished happily. The music box, now silent, sat on a shelf, its job done. And so, thanks to the girl's quick thinking, Luna's adventurous spirit, and Tinko's knowledge of the tower, time, and with it, life in the town was back on track. They had learned that every second counts, and that together they could make time work.